Hey there everyone, how's it going? Welcome again to Paritosh's Excel Tips for Beginners. Today we're going to try something called SUMIFS. So if you're wondering what SUMIFS is, so this is SUMIF with an S. Some people actually prefer to call it SUMIFS. I like SUMIFS, but hey, whatever floats your boat, eh? That being said, why would you even use SUMIFS, right? So SUMIFS is typically used when you have multiple criteria and then you want to bucket data into distinct buckets, right? So for example, I've used it the most when I'm looking at sales reports. So if I have my salespeople in different areas of the country and they make these sales all through the month, so every sale is a transaction, what I want to do is to find out if what kind of sales they've made in a certain area. So in that case, the SUMIFS is a much better thing to use than SUMIF without the S, right? Again, sounds kind of wishy-washy and a little up in the air, but why don't we just look at an example and then that should help you out. So here you go, right? So you have three salespeople, John, James, and Jake. They are working in two provinces of Canada, so Ontario and Quebec. So if you guys don't know, province is like a state, if you're looking at this from outside of Canada. But yeah, so these guys work in these two different states, provinces called Ontario and Quebec. ON is Ontario, QC is Quebec. And they've made these sales through the year, through the month rather. And then what I want to find out is how much are the sales in Ontario for each one of these guys, right? So let's dive right into it. So let's say for John, the sales are going to be like this. So it's going to be SUMIF with an S, SUMIFS. I'm going to sum range. So this is my range of data. I'm going to sum it up. Then I've got my criteria range. So in this case, I'm going to make sure that my criteria range is the salesperson. So that's this column. The criteria is going to be that the person is going to be John. And then I'm going to make sure that my province is Ontario. So I choose the criteria range for the province and I make sure it is ON. And then I close the bracket. There you can see John has made $1,000 of sales in Ontario. Now let's look at what's going on with Jake and with James. So we'll do that real quick. SUMIFS. This is criteria. Then you click on the salesperson criteria. Jake is your salesperson. Same thing with the province. Scroll to this. And then the province is going to be ON. No, that's a significant number, eh? $11,000. So a lot more than John. And let's quickly do that for James as well. James is going to be SUMIFS. This column. And then your criteria are going to be salesperson is going to be James. And province is going to be Ontario. Oops, I made a boo-boo. Let's try and see, what did I do? So I forgot to put this comma over here, so let me put this comma. And there you go. So James has actually sold nothing in Ontario. And to total it up, I've done a total, right? So just a sum of these three, and that brings us to $12,000. So as always with every Excel formula, you should always verify that the total is actually correct. And the way to do it is, in this case, what I'm going to do is revert back to SUMIF just for the sake of testing. Just look at what the sales are in Ontario, and if they match up to $12,000, then you obviously know that the formula that you're using is correct. So here's what we do. We do a SUMIF. Now this is without the S. And in this case, I'm going to do the total of this. And the criteria is that it has to be Ontario. And then the sum range is going to be right here. This is your sum range. Close the bracket, $12,000. So yes, SUMIFS works. So here it is, SUMIFS. Hope you guys find this to be a useful tool. I certainly do. I use it quite a lot. So hopefully you will too. All right, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please press the like button. If you do like my channel in general, do please subscribe to it. Thanks, and see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.